What's happening, my fellow geeks and geekettes? Welcome to a brand new episode of Chris's Custom Collectibles. And this is not your ordinary custom collectibles. This is a higher up, upper scale, classy, high-end replica custom collectible. That's right, I'm going to be customizing and making a base for the Hot Toys 1/6 scale Knightmare Batman figure that I received a couple of weeks ago. Now, in terms of customizing the figure itself, there is not much to do. What I'm going to be demonstrating is making the belt a lot more streamlined and flush to the body. We're going to be altering the color of the trench coat just ever so slightly to make it a bit more brown, darker, and used. We're also going to be doing some work on the scarf and the strap on the goggles, and seriously, that's it in terms of the figure. Now, the base is going to be themed off this shot here. I love this area that he's standing on. It's just like rubble and concrete and just bits of everything. We've got that barbed wire. Look, ideally, I'd love to have the bunker in the background, but when you're dealing with a scale like this, it will get quite large and take away from the awesomeness of the figure. Now, just like the Jakks Pacific Armored Batman, where one leg was raised up on a step, this is going to be the same thing, because you see in that screenshot that there are steps leading up to the top from that bunker. So same thing, I'm going to be posing him. He's got the scar rail like that, and he's just kind of looking out into the distance. So with that being said, let's get to it. Okay, as you can see here, the belt sits quite far apart from the cargo pants and the bodysuit itself, and you see on the back of the belt there, I removed a little sticky like piece of tape that was running along the back there to reveal these little nubs that kind of slot in place. So what we want to do is remove them. As you can see, I've removed one side of the buckle there, which is now loose. We're going to be doing that with a Stanley knife. Now, I am fiddling around here for quite a while because I'm trying to find the safest way to do this without slicing my finger open. So I eventually did get there. You got to remove each and every one of them. Some of them just slot out from the belt strap as is, and then you can cut them off at a later date, which I will show in a minute. And you see the canisters are lifting out, but those little tabs are still stuck in place. So like I said, we will be slicing them off once everything's removed. You can see all the holes there in the belt strap, just everything, how it's all held in place, but it doesn't suit. Okay, there we go. So now, as you can see there, I've already sliced one off. I'm just demonstrating how to do it. And then there's two more that need slicing off. There they go. They are sliced. So now that all the tabs have been removed, it's time to permanently glue them back onto the belt strap. I'm just using standard hobby glue for this. This is the type of glue that bonds instantly. So you've got to line up precisely where you want each piece to be laid down. And those holes in the belt strap are good guides to help along the way. Okay, there we go. There is one half done, and then we're just going to continue on with the other side, making sure everything's nice and neat, and there's a lot of symmetry going on there with the belt, and then we're done. We can strap this bad boy back onto Batsy himself. Now I'm just going to remove the button because that was another factor with the belt bulking out and just looking quite ugly. So keep in mind there is a Velcro holding the pants together, so by removing this button you're not going to jeopardize anything coming apart in terms of the pants. Okay, now it's time to recolor the coat. Now I'm just going to remove the gauntlets so that way we can gain access to taking the trench coat off. As you can see, it's coming off quite easily, just with a bit of force, and there we go. Now I'm just going to take some brown shoe polish, and I know shoe polish, but trust me, this shit works a treat, especially when it comes to recreating a color like the Knightmare Batman trench coat. I'm just getting a disposable brush, just very quickly and crudely going over the whole coat. Now I'm doing this in sections because the shoe polish wanted to dry quite quickly when I was doing this. Now what you're going to do is take that tissue that's up in the right hand corner there and just dab away the excess, and the remainder will soak into the leather, pick up all that nice texture and threads. You can see I'm just wiping it away. And you can already see now the difference between the original color and the new color scheme. Now whilst that's drying, I'm just going in with the brown shoe polish and recoloring the strap on the goggles to make it a bit more accurate, because the strap originally is a lot more lighter. Now I'm just going to get some Create Effects black wash, and we're going to be going in and around the seamed areas of the coat just to really pick up that weathering and soiling like it's been used and aged and out in the desert for combat. And the same method, just like with the brown shoe polish, just give it a little bit of time to soak into the leather and then wipe off the excess, or in this case, sorry, dab off the excess with some tissue, and there you go. Now I'm just going back over with that black wash just in certain areas on the combat pants, just to add some soiling marks, especially around the pocketed areas. Not much of a difference, but it does help a lot in terms of shading. Now I'm just going back and forth with the black wash and the brown shoe polish over the scarf just to darken it and weather it a little, because it was looking a little bit too pristine for my liking. And there you go, what a difference it makes. Just a bit of shoe polish and some black ink wash. And then we have the belt sitting a lot more flush, still a bit bulked out from the body, but a lot better than what we started out with. Now that the figure is pretty much done, it's time to move on to the base, and this is what this video is mainly all about, creating this dynamic base. And I'm using one of these standard jewelry boxes you can get from Bunnings. I'm actually just going to be using the lid, and I've just drawn up the dimensions there. So we've got 14 centimeters and 20.5. And this is just a block of expander foam that you can buy from Barnes, which is where I get all my molding and casting supplies, and I'm just cutting out the measured piece so I can glue it right on top of that lid just with some Loctite. And once that glue has dried, we're gonna go in and start carving away this dirt mound with the concrete and the slabs. So I've got the laptop there and I'm using that screenshot that I showed you guys earlier, and I'm just slowly and carefully cutting away strategic areas. So what's left is kind of this perfect platform on top, like a slab of concrete, and just mounds all around, just crumbled dirt, and pretty much an apocalyptic scene. Now take your time if you are following this method, because you don't want to rush it, because then you could end up ruining it, and then you got to start from scratch. And this is what we've got so far from the front. And then we've got the back step there where Batman's right leg will be. Okay, we're gonna get some brown shoe polish that has been watered down. It isn't 100% shoe polish. There was a bit of water in this because we want to put a wash over the concreted areas. I guess you could say it's concrete or still stone or rock. I'm not sure exactly what it is in the film, but it has a very brown hue to it, and this is just watered down shoe polish that's gonna soak into that foam, and we're just gonna coat the entire area, leave it out in the sun for about 10 minutes because it does dry quite quickly, because that foam is dry and will absorb anything. Now whilst that's drying, we're gonna make the barbed wire, and seriously, all we're using is some standard chicken wire, and all we're gonna do is just cut a row off, and that's it. That's how we're gonna make the barbed wire. Now afterwards I will go in with some brown spray paint and some black spray paint and just lightly spritz the barbed wire to make it look rusted and oxidized. Now I don't show it in the video, but it's easy to do. There we go, we got some barbed wire. Now we've also got bits of rubble here, just random bits of foam, and you see that wire there? That is the inner structure I want from the concrete, like you see the inner workings for concrete slabs. It's got those steel beams inside, so that's essentially what those wires are for. Now to paint the concrete itself, I'm just using grey student acrylic. Basic student acrylic is all you need, guys, because it soaks straight into that foam, and it'll be dry within about 10 minutes, all these pieces that I'm painting up right here. And once the grey paint is dried, you see how it's been stained and aged? Well, that is just the tester's black acrylic wash. Again, thoroughly coating the whole surface and then wiping off the excess makes it look like used concrete. And there we have pieces starting to be glued in place very strategically, trying to match the screenshot as much as possible. Now, you guys know this method all too well. I've got some dirt from my driveway. How I've still got dirt left in the driveway, I have no fucking idea. Then we're just gonna get some PVA glue and just start smothering the surrounding areas of those platforms there. And then once that's done, we're gonna go in and just smother the whole area with dirt. Now those two big ass nails there are the foot pegs. I did Dremel off the excess so the feet would slot in place. I did have to drill holes into Batman's feet, which was kind of dodgy, and there you go, there are the cut off pieces. So it was time to slot Batman on, and with that being said, it's time for the final reveal. So thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this custom collectible. If you guys have the Knightmare Batman figure and you'd like to do the same thing, please send me photos. You have my email in the business inquiries area of my YouTube page. I'd love to see what you guys do with it, and also a base if you try something different with a dynamic base. With Superman soldiers, I don't know. Let me know and show me because I want to see it. Hope you guys are well. Hope you guys are happy. Be merry, be silly. And until next time, geeks, please always remember, cosplayers do it best.